days a week.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Thursday. It is October 26th. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. Joining me today in studio is the lovely Gretchen Pleshaw. We have quite an exciting Thursday morning edition of the show today. We'll be talking to Skate Gypsum, and then I had a conversation in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month with the sister duo, the Chemo Queens, and then also actor, singer, songwriter Raquel Castro talks to us about all things that she has coming up, and very exciting news in that conversation. So hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Thursday. Let's take a look at that Thursday ahead. 8 a.m., 35 degrees, a high of 59, and rain, 60% chance of rain. But do not fret, because this means, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some snow in the very near future. 8 a.m., 35 degrees and sunny. Noon, 52, partly cloudy. We see some of that cloud coverage coming in. 4 p.m., 53, and a few showers, a little sprinkles. And then, as you can see later on, we will have some light rain at 8 p.m. So, get on out there earlier today if you can. If not, enjoy the cooler temperatures and the precipitation. Eagle, 50% chance of rain, a high of 61. Avon, 60% chance of rain and 60 degrees. Vail, 60% chance of rain and 59. And then Denver, no rain and 61 degrees. So across the board, as we all know, it's forever changing. Tonight, a low of 28 degrees, precipitation 60% chance, and I am stoked. A wintry mix. Yes, that means snow, people. Very excited about that. Sunset at 6:13 p.m. Wind southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. You're going to hear this for a long time from me, because I am snow stoked. I'm ski stoked, so bring on that snow. It's about that time. Friday, a 10% chance of weather and mostly sunny, 56 degrees. So 10% chance of percent chance of precipitation. Saturday, 80% chance with a wintry mix. Sunday, snow showers too, and 37 degrees is the high. As you can see, the lows are very low, especially Sunday. The low is 4 degrees, so very, very cold. And then Monday and Tuesday, mostly sunny with 42 and 45 degrees. So I know I always say it, but you get whatever you want here. That's the beautiful thing about these mountain towns, is if you just wait a minute, you're going to get the weather that you like. Sunshine, rain, snow. One never knows. That should be my tagline for my weather girl moment here. I like that. Sunshine, rain, snow, we never know.
You made a rhyme, you're a poet, and you didn't know it.
I love it. And I love this. I just noticed. I'm sorry to say this on a great outfit. Love it.
Oh, it's definitely, I love the idea of the wintry mix, but that just means we're getting some moisture and everything is being taken care of as we get ready to head into the winter season. But speaking of which, fall's not over.
Fall. Okay, so today, Thursday, super stoked. And fall, we have our pumpkin, our trusty pumpkin right here. So 10 a.m., we have family story times. One cool thing about our community is at the libraries, Gypsum as well as Eagle, family story time, 10 a.m. And you can go, and families look different. So some people have fur babies like myself. I don't think you can take your dogs in quite yet unless they're service animals. But, I see people that are single. I see people with families, with children. I see all different ages. So check it out. It's so awesome. Gypsum and Eagle Public Libraries, 10 a.m. family story time. And I have to say, I've been to a few of them, and they're pretty awesome. So if you have something that, if you have some extra time, that's kind of fun. 4:30 pumpkin carving party, which I'm into.
Well, we might have to take Peter the Pumpkin here.
Peter the Pumpkin, yeah.
And carve him up.
Yes, at the Alpine Arts Center, which is very close to me and Edwards. I love Alpine Arts Center, big fan. And it is a pumpkin carving party. Say that 5 times fast. Pumpkin carving party, whatever. It's a Thursday. Pumpkin carving party, Alpine Arts Center, 4:30. And this I was laughing about earlier because I always go to this and the kids do way better than I. And I just smile, and it's all about participation and having fun. I am the weather girl, so there you go.
You know what I love about the pumpkin carving party as well is that it's a little bit of everything for everyone. You've got you've got the art bar that has wine and beer for the parents.
Oh my gosh!
And the kids just to get in and get dirty and make something.
Well, you know
they love.
I've done it before where I've had cocktails, and I've done it without sans cocktails, and still my pumpkin. Without fail, a 6-year-old will come up and be like, Gretchen, look. And I'm like, oh, gosh. Okay. But it's fun. It's not about the result. It's about the journey, about having fun. And then tonight, Avon Elementary School, 6 p.m. Drop-in basketball game, which is fun if you want to go with some friends, some family members, and shoot some hoops. So it's a great Thursday all the way around, and we have an awesome show in store. I'm really excited.
Yep, great show. Definitely want to check it out. So we'll be right back. Go get that coffee filled. We'll be back after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
Lions Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lions Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to this Thursday morning edition of Good Morning Vail. To kick it off, we've got Robbie with the midweek sports update. Let's take a look at what he has to show us.
All right, thanks for joining us. Over in Edwards, Battle Mountain Volleyball was looking to close out the regular season strong as they took on Steamboat. We got those highlights for you right now.
With 9 victories on the court this season, Battle Mountain Volleyball was looking to move into double digits as they took on Steamboat. Last time these teams met, the Huskies defeated the Sailors 3-1 and hoped to move past them again. Battle Mountain would take the first 2 sets, and on set point, up 25-24, they looked to close Steamboat out. The point's a quick one. Gracie Halminski puts it away fast, and the Huskies make quick work of Steamboat as they shut out the Sailors 3-0 and earn the regular season sweep. Battle Mountain will now turn their attention to a tournament matchup with Valley High.
Now, Battle Mountain Volleyball wasn't the only team with a matchup in Edwards. Just a few miles away, Vail Christian hosted North Fork and were also on the hunt for a victory.
In the gym at Vail Christian, the Saints were on the hunt for their 15th win of the season as they welcome North Fork. The Miners came out of the gate by surprise as they take the first set here after Vail Christian puts too many hands on the ball. But the Saints will remind the Miners there's still a lot of game left. Vail Christian puts the ball into play on set point of the second, and the rally is on. Miners working together to make a move, and they'll push back to the Saints. Jesse Allen makes a diving save, and they'll hit it back to the Miners, who won't be able to cross the net. Vail Christian takes a set, then they'll take the third set as well. Down 2-1, the Miners take the serve, and they'll give it back to Vail Christian. The Saints make an illegal move, and the point is awarded to North Fork, so the game moves into a tiebreaker to 15, where the Saints come up victorious. Vail Christian is going to win it 3-2.
Now, the regular season for fall sports is starting to wind down here in the Valley, but the postseason is drawing nearer. Let's take a look at the upcoming playoff pictures.
Glossing over volleyball here in the Valley, Eagle Valley, they're going to play their last regular season game of the year on the road at Farita Monument. The Devils are coming off a big win over Aspen. They won 3-0 and will enter the postseason as the number 2 seeded team from the 4A Western Slope Division. Right behind them, not too far off, is Summit High, who's going to enter the postseason as the number 3 team out of the 4A Western Slope. They don't have another scheduled game this regular season. All their attention is going to be on making a run in the playoffs. Battle Mountain, with an up-and-down season, is situated at 4th in that division right now, with the game against Steamboat next Tuesday. So after this week, stay tuned because we'll give you the latest seeding updates for our schools here in the Valley when those playoffs start to pick up. Looking at soccer, the postseason's beginning already for Battle Mountain boys soccer. They'll take on Mullen Thursday in Edwards. The Huskies, they've only lost 1 game this season and will enter the postseason as the number 3 seeded team overall in boys class 4A soccer. So, when you put together a regular season that goes that well, you're going to be seeded well in the playoffs. Eagle Valley secured a spot in the boys class 4A tournament as well and will take on Cheyenne Mountain as the number 29 overall seed. And switching gears to Class 2A soccer real quick, Vail Mountain School enters the postseason as the number 1 team overall. They matched up with a lot of 4A, 3A caliber schools with more depth, so they earned their number 1 overall spot. And they'll play their first playoff game on Friday against Front Range Christian. Now we'll take a look at football right here. Not many expectations for this Devils team, but Eagle Valley will host nearby Glenwood Springs on the gridiron. Don't expect the Devils to make a postseason game this year, though. They've only come up victorious once and will have their last chance to do so against the Demons, as they pretty much don't have a shot at making a postseason game this year. Vail Christian, on the other hand, sits at 5-3 and will play Wrangley this Friday on the road. The Saints are 5-3 on the year and sit at 2nd in their division with a postseason appearance most likely in their future. Eagle Valley entered the Class 4A state tournament for softball as the 31st overall seed and matched up with 2nd-seeded Riverdale Ridge, where the Devils, they got bounced in the first round. They would later enter a consolation matchup with number 15 Golden, but couldn't get the job done there either, and their season has now come to a close.
So the Valley now has a 4A 2 singles line boys tennis state champion. Daniel Blanche of Vail Christian caught the victory recently, so we caught up with him to see how it tastes.
Well, fall sports are starting to wrap up here in the Valley, like boys tennis, but for the first time in a long time at least, we have a state champion in men's singles, Daniel Blanche, right with me. How does it feel?
It feels really, really great to achieve this goal, which is something I've been working towards for a long, long time, and it just feels like I broke a record.
Okay, and you know, those personal goals and that state championship mean a lot to you, but what was it like kind of celebrating that with your teammates over at Vail Christian?
It was really great with the support from my coaches, my school, my teammates. They're really supportive, and they were really happy that I had won states, and I was really happy, so we kind of celebrated it together.
And you're sort of a newcomer to the Valley. You were just telling me about 2.5 years you've been living here now. But when did you first pick up the racket and know you were hooked, that tennis was your sport?
I actually first picked up the racket when I was 6, but I first really started loving tennis was when I moved here. That's when I really got into tennis. I really started training hard and taking it seriously.
Okay, and what do you think's the most interesting part of the game? Is it just kind of the sport itself, the competition?
I think it's probably just the amount of friends you can make and the amount of fun you can have on the court. Sometimes you have bad days, but the good days is what really makes it intriguing and making me want to come onto the court.
And you're a state champion. You don't just get there on luck. You got to put in all the work. What was the work like building up to taking home, you know, a gold medal?
So I definitely had to train every week at least 2 or 3 times. I also went to a lot of off-season tournaments, which were tournaments outside of high school season, and I was basically just training all year intensively.
Okay, and you know, Vail Christian, you played in 4A and you took home a 4A state title, but Vail Christian normally bounces around that 2A mark. What was it like competing against some of those kids that come from bigger schools, maybe around Denver and those bigger towns?
Well, especially I'd say the kids from Denver, some of them were really crazy from the big schools, like with 1,000, 2,000 people. They just had some really, really good players, so that was fun for me.
Okay, and how did you remain confident? You know, those kids, like, they stack up pretty well against, you know, small town kids typically, but how did you remain confident when you were taking on a kid from a bigger school?
I'd say the main reason I remained confident is because in the off season I had played guys like these before. I played in Denver, so I played against city players who have been playing a lot from bigger schools, so I kind of have already played against these types of opponents.
Okay, and I don't know if you thought about this yet, but with, you know, a 4A state championship win, you're putting Vail Christian on the map, let alone the Valley. How does that feel?
It feels really, really great, especially after all Vail Christian has done for me. The school has been super supportive. They've taught me a bunch of values, including courage and hard work, which I think are really important for my success.
Okay, and you know, not too long ago, you took home that victory, but what are you thinking about right now? Has it hit you that you're a state champion? Like, just kind of walk me through your mindset. Are you already thinking about next year? Kind of walk me through there.
Yeah, so it's definitely, I've been really, really happy these few weeks, especially after achieving my goal. I'm just thinking that was really great, but I'm also thinking that, all right, that's in the past. It's a great achievement, but I'm looking for next year and to win it again.
Okay, and what will it take for you to get back to that stage again and take home that crown?
It's going to take a lot of training, just like last year, and maybe even more intensive, some fitness, and lots of tournaments around America.
Okay, well, you've already done it once. You've gone through all the training, all those hurdles, and you've come up there in the end with the gold medal. Is it all worth it? You know, the training, the hustle, the maybe waking up early to practice before school, is it all worth it?
I'd say it's definitely worth it because part of like the process itself is fun. It's not always fun. Like the fitness isn't fun, but it can be fun. So it's not just the achievement, it's the process and the work it took to get there. It was all really fun for me.
Okay. Any downtime in your future right now to kind of put down the racket for a minute and just, you know, have some fun?
No, not for me. I'm just gonna keep hitting as much as I can, as many tournaments as I can go to.
True athlete, all about the grind, huh?
Oh yeah, always.
All right, well, anything you want to add, Daniel?
I just want to give a shout out to my coaches, Coach Eric and Coach JD, and even my dad. They've helped me so much just so much improve mentally, physically as a player and as a person. So it's truly thanks to all of them that I won states.
Well, congratulations, Daniel. We're all proud of you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Make sure to continue coming back to us for all the latest sports coverage here in the Valley and beyond. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, our next guests joining us are quite special. They've got infectious energy and are just wonderful in who they are as people. But to talk to us today, they actually have a lot more in common than one would hope or think. I've got sisters Blythe Howard and Kesley Howard joining us today to talk about their cancer diagnoses and how they've overcome that. Ladies, thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you so much for having us. Hello.
So I love that you both have the same smiling energy, but you both have the BRCA1 gene in common. So I guess tell me a bit about that, and were you aware that you carried the gene?
Yeah, we weren't aware. I wasn't aware I had the BRCA1 gene until I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Breast cancer runs deep, deep, deep in our family on our father's side. So it was always, speculation, but we didn't know until I was actually diagnosed. And then following.
I did some blood work just to after she was diagnosed, I was like, okay, let me just get everything checked out. When I did the blood work, that was when I found out I was BRCA1 positive. And it's like, you don't think about these things. We know it's on our family side, but then you're just kind of living your best life and you don't think it's going to be your story until it is.
Yeah. So how did, and just diving into that, once you discovered that you had the gene, how did that change your mindset and your thoughts and everything before you realized you were diagnosed? And Kesley, I guess for you, you were diagnosed first. So did you know that you had it until the diagnosis, or tell me more about that?
I honestly did not, as Blythe said, like I was living my life and didn't really want to address that, I guess. And I find that that's more common amongst people who might know. But yeah, it was shocking when I found out. And now it's like, okay, this will change, how I have children in the future and all that. So yeah, knowing that information has been helpful.
Absolutely. And especially for you working in the tech world and as a world traveler, you probably didn't want to acknowledge this. So Kesley, talk to me a bit about your diagnosis. So what were you diagnosed with and what was the journey like for you?
So I first started off with this excruciating pain in my left upper breast. I went to the doctor. They told me I was too young to have a mammogram. And they wanted to talk about my weight instead. So that was jarring. The pain subsided and I just thought, nothing of it. A couple months later, a lump appeared underneath my armpit about the size of a large grape. And then that is where everything just kind of snowballed from there. I found out about my diagnosis. I had triple negative breast cancer, which is an aggressive form of breast cancer. I did fertility right before treatment and then immediately started chemotherapy following surgery and radiation.
Wow. And then when you were cleared of that, and congratulations, it's very exciting and it's great to see you here. When you were cleared of that 11 months later, Blythe, you were diagnosed. So tell us a bit about you.
Yeah. So like I said, I'd done that blood work and knowing I was BRCA1 positive is almost just like, okay, but I believe there's knowledge and there's power in knowledge, it's having the awareness, but not letting it like, okay, I'm BRCA1 positive, I'm going to get cancer. Like that wasn't even my thought. It was just like, even if you do have BRCA1, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it. The risks are higher. And then fast forward to, November, end of November, I started having severe pain in my lower abdomen. And like, I'm healthy. I played sports, we've, been active in my entire life and stuff. But when this happened, I knew something was wrong. So I went to the ER and that's where they did like all the scans and stuff. And it was ovarian cancer for me. They found like this mass on my left ovary. And that was that. But I was still kind of in denial. We knew this mass had to come out. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go under. They're going to take out this mass. If it's cancer, it's cancer. You're not going to know for sure until you get in there. And in fact, it was cancer. So yeah, they got rid of everything. And then I started chemo in February. But I had jobs lined up. So it was kind of like a weird time to be getting cancer,
Absolutely. And you're a commercial actor and acting coach, so it very much affects what you do for your work. Now, Kesley, going back to you, you had mentioned you went in for a mammogram and they said you were too young for it. So how did you advocate for yourself through your diagnosis and through treatment?
Yeah, once I found that out, I actually got a second opinion. And then that's where everything, shifted. They were like, okay, well, let's keep an eye, in that area before the lump appeared. And then once the lump appeared, they were like, okay, now let's get a scan. So, yeah, I just kept pushing, for answers. And then during my treatment, same thing. I've always been a person who, is very avoidant of confrontation and things like that. And this gave me a chance to actually stick up for myself, for my well-being. And so especially during my treatment, speaking up for myself about, how I'm feeling and symptoms and things like that. I learned a lot about myself and what I needed.
I can imagine there was a ton of personal growth there. And now, Blythe, for you, after seeing what your sister went through, how did you know to really have a voice through your medical treatment as well?
Yeah, same. I mean, I got the information from her. She'd been through it, and she's like, "Okay, these are the steps. This is what we're going to be facing here." And I knew I wanted to do cold capping. That's why I was able to save my hair. I opted in for cold cap therapy. And another thing is like, both my oncologists were like, "Don't bother. It doesn't work." And I saved 90% of my hair. My hair is usually like really big and curly, but had I listened to them, I would have lost my hair. But luckily, cold capping worked for me, and I'm a huge advocate for at least trying it throughout treatment.
Amazing. So because of the two of you, you are just fabulous. You started a brand called the Chemo Queens. Tell me about Chemo Queens and your initiative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're pretty much, I think, experts in chemotherapy from different sides. And we really wanted to take what we learned during our journeys separately and then together, and then bring them, in a beautiful package through Chemo Queens and provide free resources as well as, essential products that we love and use during our experience.
Amazing.
Really just like the essentials.
Yeah, that's great. I was looking at the website and the things that you offer and the resources for conversations that the patient can have with their families, that families can have with the patient. I think that's just a brilliant idea. Now, you mentioned cold capping, Blythe. So what is the plan with Chemo Queens and cold capping and what that might look like?
Yeah, so we're just at the beginning stages. So as we grow, we're kind of in phase one as we're putting together these essentials boxes for people who are going to need these items. And phase three is going to be our cold cap design. We're actually developing, we have a patent pending design right now for our own cold cap. I mean, the designs that are out there, yes, they work, but they're inconsistent. There's issues with customer service, and we're just elevating the market, and we're really excited to be bringing these to people.
I love that, and having market information is so important. And I know that the average cost is $14,000. So I love that you're patenting a new design and that hopefully will be accessible to more people as well.
Yeah, accessible and affordable, out of pocket. Not everyone has that laying around. And, it's some companies, there's different companies and some are covered by insurance, but, I'm still waiting for my reimbursement fee, so
yeah, sure.
We want to just eliminate that.
Absolutely. Now, ladies, if you could give one piece of advice to somebody to either be proactive in their health journey or have just been diagnosed, what would that be?
I think for someone who's just being diagnosed, everything that you're going through is temporary. You will get through it. Each day is, a new day, and not to be like toxic positivity, but it really is just temporary. You hit that lull and then you build back up. You will get through it.
Yeah, that and embrace every moment. It's hard. It's one of the hardest things you're gonna have to do, but on the other side of it, I mean, I knew I just focused on who I wanted to be on the other side of this.
I love that. I love that energy. Now, where can we go for more information to follow along with your journey, to find the resources that you have available?
So we're on social media at the Chemo Queens, also at our website, chemoqueens.com. We have a Shopify, we have an Amazon storefront with all the essentials you're going to need. So yeah, we're all over the place. Chemo Queens or the Chemo Queens.
Awesome. Well, Blythe and Kesley, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on beating it. And I'm so excited to see how you'll advocate in the future for those that need it. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Now stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Experience the beauty of fall on the rails of the Leadville Railroad. Take in the cool mountain breeze as you climb to 11,000 feet to watch the vibrant reds, oranges, and golds of fall come alive. Enjoy delicious hot beverages, learn some history, and relax with family and friends. Even your pets can enjoy a ride on the train. Offering daily trips, the weekend specials sell out fast. To secure your seat, book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Thursday. Let's take a look at the weather out there on this Thursday. 8 a.m., 35 degrees, a high of 59, and 60% chance of rain. So early on, it's going to be a little bit pretty, and then getting a little dicey throughout the hours. 8 a.m., 35 degrees and sunny. Noon, 52, partly cloudy. 4 p.m., 53, and we're going to see the precipitation and cloud coverage coming in. 8 p.m., 41 with a light rain. So remember your raincoats, maybe your umbrellas. Eagle, 50% chance of rain, a high of 61. Avon, 60% chance of rain and 60 degrees. Vail, 60% chance of a rain, precipitation, and 59. And then Denver, no precipitation, 61 degrees. So sunshine and rain throughout the day. Tonight, a low of 28 degrees, 60% chance of precipitation, a wintry mix, which we like to see. Very stoked on that. And sunset at 6:13 p.m. Wind southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So get stoked. The winter is coming. Yes, the snow. I am ready. Bring it on. Doing my snow dance. Friday, mostly sunny and 56 degrees. Saturday, we're going to see that wintry mix coming in. Some precipitation, 80% chance of precipitation and 48 degrees. More snow showers on Sunday and 37. And then the sun coming back out for Monday and Tuesday. Mostly sunny and clear, 42 and 45 degrees. So like I always say, sunshine, rain, snow, one never knows in these mountain towns of ours. We have an awesome interview with the amazing Raquel Castro, singer, songwriter extraordinaire, American Idol, and actress. So let's check it out.
Now, welcome back to our show. Our next guest is just a creative, multi-talented individual, lots of energy, very excited and joyful about life. I'm excited to have the creative Raquel Castro joining us today. Raquel, how are you?
I'm good, Kim. How are you?
I am so good. Glad to have you on the show today. Now, I love your entire life has been working in entertainment, and you got started in acting. Tell us a bit about your acting career and where the journey began for you.
Okay, so I started as an actress at 4 years old. I grew up with parents that both loved to be creative. My father in music, and my mother wanted to be an actress. And then my brother and I were discovered in like a nail salon at like 4 years old, and I signed with an agent in New York City. I got a number in a nail salon. My mom contacted the manager in New York, and then from there on, it's history. So, my first big role was when I was 7 years old. I played Gertie Trinke in a movie called Jersey Girl, where I got to play Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's daughter, and that completely changed my life.
Yeah, you did such a great job in the movie, and it's very exciting stuff because next year is the 20-year anniversary. So are there any exciting plans coming up for the movie?
Yes, possibly. I actually, a few months back, reconnected with Kevin Smith, the director, and he brought me out to Jersey to screen the director's cut, which I've never seen before, but have always been dying to see, because there's a lot of deleted scenes with Jennifer Lopez. And then after like Gigli came out and didn't do so well in box offices, and Jen and Ben broke up at the time, I think they just kind of needed to re-envision the film. But there was just so many good parts with Jen in that version that I got to go to Jersey and screen it with Kevin at his theater, and we did like a whole Q&A about it, and he kind of spilled the beans that Paramount might be re-releasing that version for its 20th anniversary in March of 2024. So fingers crossed, because I was bawling in the theater watching it, and I just think that everyone will have a whole new appreciation, not only for the film, but for Ben and Jen separately together. Their chemistry on screen is just, it's insane. Like, it was so beautiful to watch.
That's amazing. And that obviously launched the rest of your acting career, which you still do, but you also mentioned your dad is a musician. And so you are also an accomplished songwriter. Tell me about your singing and your songwriting career, because there's a lot there too.
Yeah, so I would say fast forward outside of my little teeny like actor days of, doing all of those fun things, I definitely had a moment where I had to take a step back. And then when I hit around like 16, I started to really take music more seriously. I was working with producers at the time, and I had the opportunity to go on a show called The Voice on NBC, and it was season 1. We didn't know anything about the show. All I knew was that Christina Aguilera was going to be a judge on the show, and she is one of my biggest inspirations musically growing up. I listened to her so much. So I took the opportunity. I ended up getting into the top 16 on season 1 of The Voice, top 4 on Christina Aguilera's team, and that really helped transition me from child actor to artist, singer. And it also surrounded me with so many like creative people. Being from Long Island, New York, I didn't really grow up around like the industry. I was a normal kid. I went to regular school. I wasn't like a performing arts school or anything like that. So my time there, I was so inspired by all of the songwriters, and that was in, I want to say 2010, and that's when I started songwriting. I used it as more so of like a therapeutic outlet for me. And fast forward 10 years, 2020 comes, and there's a show called Songland on NBC. And my mother had just pitched a bunch of my songs on to the casting director, because it's the same casting as The Voice. So we always had that connection there. And without my knowledge, my mom was just sending in my stuff, because at first I told her I did not want to do it. And sure enough, they chose one of my songs, and that landed me my first cut with one of my favorite R&B artists, her. And then COVID happened, so it was like a crazy whirlwind, but music has always been a huge part of my life. And now I am currently in a girl band called Eddie. It's with my 2 producers, Esther and Sadie, and I love them so much. We're doing a lot of like R&B, neo soul music, and we do these like Wine Wednesdays on Instagram. Every Wednesday we're dropping new covers or originals. So it's been like a passion project for me, and we're having a lot of fun.
That's amazing. And I love your song that came off of Songland with her. I think it's such an accomplishment. So congratulations on that. Now, how would you describe your sound? You've obviously written for R&B artists. You're in this neo soul R&B girl group. What are your musical influences?
Oh, I have so many. One being Amy Winehouse. She's like lyrically, her pockets, melodies, everything. She's inspired me over the years so much. I grew up listening to like Nora Jones and Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Nat King Cole with my dad. So there's a lot of like classical influences there as well. So I like to kind of merge R&B, pop, because I feel like just naturally I write in a pop structure, but with R&B melodies. Little bit of jazz influence in there as well. And the neo soul is new, but I recently discovered that a lot of the music that I listen to is in that category. So we're kind of merging all of these different worlds. I love Lauryn Hill as well, like old 90s R&B. So that's kind of what we're recreating and trying to modernize it a little bit now.
Awesome. So Eddie, all girl group. Tell me about the name. I love the name of your group. How did you come up with that?
So, thank you. I appreciate that. We kind of came up with it on a whim. We were doing a show out here in Los Angeles at the Hotel Cafe, and we last minute decided, we're like, if we're going to be working so much together, we should just create like a band, a group. So it's just us. Like, this is the sound that we're creating. So we were feeding names off of each other, and one of the girls came back and was just like, what about Eddie? The reason behind it was because we wanted something that had to do with water, because we're all water signs. So I'm a Scorpio, Sadie is a Cancer, and Esther is a Pisces. And we wanted something that was like water sign related, but not on the nose. And Eddie means it's like a movement of water that goes against the main current and starts a small whirlpool. And that's kind of what we feel like we're doing in music. Like, we're not really going against the main current. We're kind of like gearing off and making our own little small whirlpools. So that's how we found our name, and it kind of just stuck.
I love the name behind it. I think, one, it's just very cool how you described it, but then also I think it's kind of ironic because it's an all-girl group, and then the name Eddie is usually associated with the male genre. So,
yes.
Raquel, where can we go for more information? Where can we find your music? Follow you on Instagram. Tell us all of the details.
Yes, I'm mainly on Instagram. That's like my go-to platform, and it's Raquel X Castro. Eddie's Instagram is @EddieIsThis. This is Eddie backwards. So those are the two platforms that we're posting all musical stuff on, and updates and shows and just lifestyle fun things just to connect with everyone out there.
Awesome. And I've seen your Wine Wednesdays. Definitely a blast to check out. So we really appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show. Best of luck to you. Exciting if they do the re-release next year. I can't wait to see that kind of Jersey girl. And in the meantime, follow your musical career. You are crushing it, and it's so exciting to see.
Thank you so much.
Now stay tuned.
You.
Absolutely. We'll be back with more right after this break, so don't go away.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
For fun and adventure adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Here at Good Morning Vail, we get so stoked about talking to community members and these amazing young adults and a teacher with Skate Gypsum, the new Gypsum skate park. It was so brilliant to meet them and hear about all the things going on in Gypsum. Let's check it out.
Right, we are outside our TV8 studio, and I'm joined here by a wonderful group of Red Canyon High School students who are a part of the Skate Gypsum group, and they have done tremendous work to get a new skate park which is now open in Gypsum. So they're here to tell us all about it. You might remember some of them. They were on Good Morning Vail a few weeks ago, so they're here to give us a little bit of some updates, how they're feeling, how's everything going, and I'm gonna kind of just go down the line, have them all introduce themselves. We've got their teacher, Ms. V, here as well. So let's get started and learn everything about Skate Gypsum and how everything is going. I'll start with you. What's your name and grade?
My name's Adriana. I'm in 10th grade.
Awesome. Welcome.
I'm a junior. My name is Soren.
Nice to meet you. Miss B?
Hi, my name's Kendall Van Valkenburg. My students call me Miss B, and thanks for being here.
All right. Who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Catherine Schuring, and I'm a senior at Red Canyon.
Awesome. What about you?
Hello, my name is Louisa Setmeyer, and I'm a junior at Red Canyon.
Thank you, Louisa. Hello. Who do we have here?
My name is Jonathan McCabe, and I am in 10th grade.
Jonathan, nice to meet you. What about over here?
Hola, soy una estudiante en la escuela de Red Canyon, and I'm a junior.
Junior, what is your name?
Jade Esparza.
Jade, nice to meet you.
I'm Cassie Boggs, and I'm a sophomore at Red Canyon.
Cassie, nice to meet you. And last but not least?
I'm Esperanza Landeros, and I'm a senior.
Esperanza. Well, thank you all so much for coming. I'm just going to be chit-chatting with these guys. They have done tremendous work, as I mentioned, with the Skate Gypsum and the new skate park in Gypsum. So why don't we start off with how did this idea come about? Who said, hey, let's get a skate park going down in Gypsum. We need a new skate park. How did this idea come about? Who wants to take that one?
I can start off. Do I hold it? You got it. Awesome. So we had a bunch of students just ditching school, and it's hard being at school. It's a hard place. You gotta be there a long time. So people would leave, some would stay, and we noticed that a bunch of people were going to the skate park during the day. And Miss V and a bunch of other students, including myself, got together and were like, what if we made a class that included skateboarding, to bring it into the school, to get credits, to have kids enjoy something, have something to look forward to on the weekend, on Friday, to have something to come to school for the week. And it just happened and it worked and we love it. Anyone else want to go?
Yeah, that's awesome. Ms. V, I'll jump to you real quick because you, as Luisa said, the students came to you and they kind of wanted the skateboarding class, and you were the person kind of behind all of this as well, and the skateboarding class and all this project. Tell us briefly about this class and kind of your perspective from it as well.
Yeah, so we started the skate class, and on Fridays we were going to the skate parks that were local. What I noticed is that the more Up Valley kids were ditching if they came to the Gypsum skate park, so I started started looking at what made a skate park desirable to go to, and our skate park in Gypsum, the old one, is amazing. It's awesome. It was great 21 years ago, but there were some things that we could implement in a new park that would make it more desirable, and so we went to the town as an authentic audience for our project, like how could we make skating more desirable in our community, and the town was behind our crazy idea. So
that's awesome. Well, that's super exciting. And you guys had the grand opening of the new skate park on September 15th, correct? So it's been a couple weeks now. How have you all felt through this process? How did you feel, receiving so much support from the town of Gypsum, from other students, from community members, and we even had Congressman Joe Neguse there also helping out. So how did you all feel?
It was like a really great opportunity for all of us because, we came so far over the last 3 years, and we would all meet and go to the skate park, and like it would just be a great community every single day. And it's great to just see it happen and it get bigger, the community, and yeah, the new skate park is amazing.
Well, you all should be so proud of yourselves because I know it was a lot of work. Luisa, you want to add something real quick?
Yes, I do. Starting this project off in a small classroom, in a small space, and seeing it come alive, going to town council meetings and speaking, an amazing opportunity to be a part of. And honestly, meeting Joe Nagoose, I met him that day, seeing our small classroom project be so big and supported and appreciated was an awesome feeling.
I bet it was. Now, I know that you all were super involved from fundraising to grant writing to being hands-on at the park. What were some of those proud moments that everyone said, hey, we're doing a really cool thing here? What are you all most proud of? But then also, what were maybe some of those challenges or the not so fun parts? Who wants to take that one? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say it in Spanish or English? English. Some of the hard challenges were building stuff for the skate park, like the welding part. The fun parts were the welding class because we did get to learn new stuff and the welding was fun, but it was a little bit dangerous. But I think that was kind of one of the struggles, was just learning and how to build the stuff for the skate park, the new skate park.
Who else has any other proud moments, anything they feel super accomplished for?
Well, actually getting the skate park is a really big part of it, because getting all of the money and the town approval, as well as all of the like donations for materials and resources and their time, that it took a lot of effort to get all of that through. So, and the fact that we actually have a functioning skate park, and it's actually a really nice one, says a lot.
Well, once again, you all should be so proud of yourselves. You wanted to add something else? Go ahead.
Yeah, one struggle was that a lot of the skaters didn't want to wait to skate at the new skate park. It was a very hard process for all of them. They were all like, oh, I can't wait, like I'm so excited. And that's how like everybody felt, and it was an amazing experience.
Yeah. Now, what about what are the hours for the park? Where can people come? It's now completely open, so if anybody wants to go check it out, it's in Gypsum. Tell us a little bit more about this. Jonathan, right?
Yes. Go ahead. The skate park is located at the Gypsum Complex, just up the street from the rec center. The hours are from as soon as the sun rises till about 10 o'clock.
Have it sunrise to 10 p.m. You can check out the new skate park in Gypsum. I'm sure you'll see some of these friends. They are skating because I know that that's what they love and it's one of their passions. So thank you all so much for coming and sharing a little bit more about this. And awesome job, guys. I mean, you pulled it off. I know it was a lot of work. We all should be very proud of yourselves. So thank you all for coming. Now we'll take a short break, but we'll be right back with more of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your three favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Thursday. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. It is October 26th. Hard to believe we are at the end of the month of October. I've got the lovely Gretchen Pleshaw joining me today in studio. This second hour is going to be an interesting one. Very busy. We've got lots of guests here in studio. We'll be talking all things about Eagle County School District, fly fishing, art, and delis and more. So you're not going to want to miss it. Hour 2 of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Let's take a look at the weather outside today. 8 a.m., 35 degrees, a high of 59, 60% chance of precipitation. So afternoon showers definitely happening, and winds southwest 15 to 25 miles per hour. So remember to get your umbrella and make sure to stay dry out there. Hourly temperatures 8 a.m. 35 degrees and sunny, noon 52 and partly cloudy. We're going to see some of that cloud coverage coming in. 4 p.m. 53, and that's when the precipitation starts. Few showers, and then 8 p.m. 41 and a light rain. So you know what? I'm not mad about it. Rain, cooler temperatures equals snow. So bring on that snow. I'm doing a little snow dance over here. Eagle, 61 degrees and 50% precipitation. Avon, 60% precipitation and 60 degrees. Vail, 59 degrees and precipitation. And then Denver, just clear, sunshiny day, 61 degrees. So we get a little bit of everything in these mountain towns. Tonight, a low of 28 degrees, precipitation 60%, wintry mix. You know I am stoked to see this. Your girl is ski stoked. Bring on that snow. Sunset at 6:13 p.m. Wind southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. Friday, 56 and mostly sunny. And then, you know I'm smiling ear to ear. Saturday and Sunday, wintry mix and 48 degrees. Sunday, snow showers, 37 degrees, and look at that low, 4 degrees. And then Monday and Tuesday, popping back up with the sunshine, 42 degrees and 45 degrees. Still very low temperatures for the low. But you know what? Like I always say in these mountain towns, sunshine, rain, snow, one never knows. Keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales.
Good morning, Vail.
And we're back. I'm very excited about our next guest because he's here to discuss a very important issue. I've got Phil Qualman, who is the superintendent of Eagle County School District, to talk about all things local education and in the state and beyond. Phil, how are you?
I'm well. Good morning, Kim.
Great to have you here. So
Good to be here.
I am very excited about this conversation because education is so important, and it is the building blocks of our society and our futures. So you are superintendent of Eagle County School District. Tell me a bit about your role and what you do there.
Thanks, Kim. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. I manage 21 schools for all of Eagle County. We have about 6,500 kids, and I heard Gretchen's weather report, and that means that one of my most important jobs is about to get started, which is calling snow days.
I'm sure the kids love that.
Oh yeah, and the teachers.
Yep. Yeah. That's great. So in regard to your role, how long have you been a superintendent? Tell me a bit about that.
I've been superintendent for 5 years now, and been with the school district for 20.
Okay, wow, great. So you've obviously seen a lot of change, and especially in the state of Colorado. I think one of the interesting pieces of Colorado is we are a beautiful state. We do all of the fun things. We invest in all of the activities in the state parks, but we're underfunded in the education side of things. So tell me a bit about how that affects you specifically.
Yeah, we certainly are. We have 178 school districts in Colorado, and we're competing for a very small pool of qualified applicants for educators. So the fact that our state is one of the lowest funded in the nation makes it hard for us to compete nationally, so we find ourselves even battling internally for those few quality applicants that are available.
And especially here in the Valley, because there are so many issues surrounding bringing teachers in.
For sure.
What does the housing look like?
For sure.
Are they being paid competitively,
Mm-hmm.
and how do you do that? So that's a struggle that you are constantly battling daily.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest struggles. The last couple of years, almost 3 years now, we've had about 10% vacancy in the organization.
Wow.
We have about 1,000 employees, including all of our instructors, support staff, and we've had about 10% vacancy. And that's a lot of people to have open positions. But that doesn't mean that we offer 10% less school, right? So we're still doing the same job with fewer people, and it's exhausting. It's really tiresome. So we're trying to be competitive. Out of those 178 school districts in the state, it's been my goal to keep us in the top 10 in our base pay for teachers.
Okay.
And we've been doing really well at that, but this year we dropped to 15th.
Wow.
And that just makes it harder for us to get people to come here. And on top of that, as you mentioned, cost of living here is very high. The first question that people ask when we offer a position is, what do you have for affordable housing?
Sure.
And unfortunately, we don't have enough to meet the demand. We've made some pretty significant efforts in it, but we need to do a lot more.
There's definitely a lot. There are newer builds happening in apartment complexes, but still not at the rate that we need it.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
Now, have you seen an uptick in student enrollment with post-pandemic as people have been able to work a little bit more remotely, and parents maybe are moving their kids to a better quality of living versus other cities, and the return that drives all the prices up?
Yeah, I think we were the beneficiary of that migration pattern during COVID. Most of the districts in the state saw significant decline in enrollment, and we did not. We saw a pretty stable to a slight decline, but not nearly what the rest of the state faced. And then in the last few years, we've been following projections that we anticipated, which is a slight decline, but we do see enrollment starting to increase in the next year or two, and then continuing in that pattern.
And as a result, you need more teachers.
We will need more teachers, and we will need more space.
Absolutely. And so that leads into the next one. We're at the end of October, which means November is historically election month.
Right.
We have local elections coming up. Talk to me about how the voters can really make an impact on the local school districts.
Yeah, we're asking the voters to approve two questions. 5A is a mill levy override, and 5B is a bond question. So 5A would help us address our issue trying to be competitive in the market. It would give us some revenue to get us back into the top 10 for base teacher pay, but also make us competitive for all those other support positions, bus drivers and custodians and all the engineers and everybody else that works for us.
It really takes a village for
It
education.
would. Yeah.
So explain to me a little bit about the mill levy tax. Tell me, as voters read through their ballots, they may not be as educated and understanding the impact it will truly have on the community. Can you give us a little detail on that?
Sure. So 5A is asking for $3.5 million, and the majority of that would go towards, again, trying to make our compensation packages competitive for everybody in our organization. We've got to fill some of these vacancies because it's just getting exhausting for our existing staff. We've had to cut bus routes, and we have a difficult time doing field trips and even getting all of our kids to sports and activities because we're understaffed in that department. And we've got custodians working overtime, covering multiple buildings, and not to mention our instructional staff. So they're worn down. We can't get adequate guest teachers to come in to support them if they need a day off. So it's really difficult, and what 3A would do is give us the ability to get back into the top 10 so we could be competitive.
That's great.
Yeah.
And it really does, you mentioned the custodian staff, especially here because of the snow, and we've got to make sure all of our facilities are clean and safe for the students. So there is the bond that's also coming out. Explain to me about the bond and how voters can really prepare themselves ahead of time to decide how they'd like to vote.
Sure. I'll get to 5B.
Yeah.
Let me add one more thing to
Sure.
5A before we move on. There are a few other things that we need to invest in.
Okay.
We would like to get some more support in the terms of security for our schools. And for us, that comes in partnerships with local law enforcement agencies for school resource officers. We share the cost of those personnel and love to have them in our schools, but we'd like to have a few more. So we would invest in that as well. Mental health supports are another piece of that investment. We never have enough counselors. We never have enough school psychologists or social workers. So we'd like to invest in those too. So there's more on the agenda than just the compensation piece.
Yeah.
But you asked about 5B.
I did, but I love that.
Yeah.
Actually, I love that you kind of just showed the full spectrum.
Yeah.
You know, it's really important, and it's awesome
Mhm.
that as a school district you provide all of those things, and the
Sure.
safety of our children, and from a physical and a mental space is really important.
Yeah, we have to do all of it.
Yeah.
So 5B is a bond question, where we are basically asking the voters to help us support construction. We've got some projects that we need to build, and traditionally the way that schools fund those projects is through a bond question. So we're asking for funds to address two of our biggest needs in this community, and I don't think just to the school district: affordable housing and pre-K capacity.
Okay.
So we would like to get a couple of affordable housing projects off the ground, one in Gypsum and one in Minturn.
Okay.
And we believe that those projects could create another 150 affordable housing units for us.
Amazing.
That sounds like a lot, but we have 1,000 employees, and we're opening a rental unit near Battle Mountain High School in Edwards called Miller Flats. We built 37 units there that will meet the affordability requirements that our staff are looking for.
Okay.
But we had 150 applicants.
Wow.
For 37 units.
Wow.
So that,
how do you choose?
Well,
Yeah.
we have a system to
Yeah.
figure that out in a transparent lottery, but clearly there were a lot of disappointed folks who didn't get it. We're also constructing 8 duplexes in Eagle in partnership with Habitat for Humanity, and those will be for purchase. But we had 100 applicants for 16 units.
Wow.
So huge demand.
Yeah.
And every person that we talk to when we offer a position wants to know what we have for affordable housing. If we were able to say yes, I think we could address our staffing shortage very quickly. So those are 2 big projects that we would like to get off the ground with these bond dollars. Let's talk about pre-K capacity. Governor Polis recently passed the universal pre-K program in the state. You'll have to invite me back again another time to give my thoughts on the program.
Open invite.
I think the intent was good, but I think the program was half-baked.
Okay.
So we're left to sort out those details. That program came with no revenue to increase capacity. So we would love to get more kids into pre-K care, but nowhere are we receiving any dollars to build more pre-K capacity.
Wow.
Already in our valley, we have about 350 children who are on wait list for infant, toddler, or pre-K care. That's 350 kids whose families are struggling to get to work. The kids aren't getting the education that they need to be prepared for kindergarten and beyond. So what we would like to do is also in Gypsum build an early learning center. So basically a whole school similar to what we have in Edwards, the Edwards Early Learning Center. And that would create a lot of classrooms for pre-K care. And the Edwards Early Learning Center, when we first transitioned June Creek Elementary into that school during COVID, we were only allowed to do pre-K on the first floor.
Wow.
Yeah. But in the last couple of years, those regulations have changed, so we can now convert 10 more upstairs classrooms into pre-K. So we think we can put a big dent into that wait list of 350 kids. And those aren't just school district employee kids, that's community-wide. So we would be creating capacity which would help every business, every corner of the community if we can make that space available.
Wow.
And there's a few other things on that bond list that are less exciting, like we've got to replace some HVAC systems that are extremely expensive. Those wear out over time. We've got money in there for security and safety infrastructure improvements that we're excited to do to make sure all of our campuses feel safe and secure. And then just some general upgrades of some other sports fields and playgrounds, locker rooms, those things that have about a 10 to 12 year lifespan. Those start to need to be replaced too. So yeah, we have a lot of projects, and we've enjoyed a very supportive community in my time here. Like I said, 20 years in this community. I've seen a lot of beautiful schools built that have been great for our kids and for our community. We encourage community use of those spaces. So we're just trying to meet the need, but we need to partner and need the help of our community to do so.
Well, it's true. Everything that you just mentioned is intertwined. It's not just for the kids. You've got to replace the systems. You want to make sure things are up to date and new and shiny so that it attracts more staff and teachers and kids and all of the things. So it's really important. So where can we go for more information to learn about how to vote, learn a little bit more about what the school district is doing?
Yeah, well, you can't ask me how to vote.
But you can learn.
Everybody has their own vote, but I could tell you that on our district website, eagleschools.net, you can find a pop-up screen right there on the front front that has factual details, similar to what I just shared, but we'll go into more information.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Phil, great to have you on the show. We
Yeah,
appreciate you.
pleasure to meet
We'll
you.
have to bring you back to explain the latest update that you were just telling me
Yeah,
about.
anytime.
Wonderful. Now stay tuned. We have a very busy second half of this show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Backcountry Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
At Revival Boutique Med Spa, we take an integrative and holistic approach to skincare, focusing on the bigger picture when treating our clients. We use only result-driven and science-based products that contain clean, organic, wildcrafted, and research-based ingredients. From injectables, facials, to body contouring, we offer anything related to looking your best self. Find us in the Riverwalk in Edwards. For a complete list of services, visit us online at revivalvail.com. Follow us on Instagram at Revival Vail Valley. Fall in love with your skin again. There's lots to love at Revival. Mind, body, beauty.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am very excited. I have my new bestie. I love her, Jules. She is a female angler, and you are so incredible. I'm like, you're dope. I really like you. Saying this on live TV, Jules.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for having me.
I found you. We had met, I think, in passing maybe before, but you're a female angler, which is awesome. And I follow her on Instagram, social media. And I love all your posts are so inspiring. It's so cool to see a beautiful inside and out woman just owning her truth and doing fly fishing, which I'm sorry, you do not see a lot of women doing that. You know, so it's really cool. How did you get into it? Take us back, Jules. How did you get into that?
Thank you. Well, first off, it makes me very, very happy.
Yeah.
I started off 10 years ago.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And ever since, I mean, it took me 6 months to catch my first fish.
Okay.
Going every single day. But
6 months, dang.
6 months, yeah.
Okay.
And I stuck at it. And I just loved being outside.
Right.
The river takes me in beautiful places. And I fell in love with it.
I love that. So even though that's pretty cool, you didn't catch a fish for 6 months, just the energy of being in like nature goddess. I love that. You know, skiing is my jam. But anytime I'm in nature, it just makes me feel like the best version of myself. So it's neat that even though you didn't get that instant gratification, you still went after it.
Totally.
Was there something So I don't know hardly anything about fly fishing, which we will say, Jules already said she'll take me fly fishing, which I'm stoked about.
Yes, yes.
What was that moment of like, that aha moment where you were like, oh, this is so my jam? Was it like standing in the water, obviously being outdoors? Was there like one moment though that you remember that really
honestly
captivated you?
The first couple of weeks that I had the rod in my hand, I was mostly not fishing, I was untangling.
Okay.
And even that was like peaceful to me.
Really?
And it was the continuous learning that fly fishing has
Okay.
that really grabbed me.
Oh, I
I'm
love
still
that.
learning, I mean, different fish, different species, different, entomology. Just loved it all.
See, and that's interesting because you brought up two very different pieces that I didn't even, and I think most people wouldn't even think about. One, just that calmness of being out there, being present in nature, but even untangling, because I live with anxiety. I speak about it a lot on TV and radio. I do coloring books and write poetry, but the untangling, even that might be kind of an anti-anxiety thing to calm you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, you're like, no, it's not.
But like that was still like an aspect where it's like, okay, I could work on my casts so I don't get tangled as much, or so it's just different things to kind of learn.
Right.
And still, yeah, like I said, I'm still learning.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
And the fish piece. Why did I not even think about this? Like, there's so many different species of fish, and there's so much to learn there. Okay, so how did you get into this? Was there a friend, or did you see someone do it? Like, what was the very first? Yeah.
I had a few guy friends in college.
Okay.
They all were guides, but they didn't want to teach me, but they lent me a rod and a reel and said, basically, figure it out for yourself. And
Really?
once you start catching fish, then you can come fish with us. And I finally was able to fish with him like a year later.
I love it. I love that you're like, listen, do you think that's like the woman piece a little bit?
It might be. It might be. I mean, it's difficult to like be invited on boys' groups.
Right.
Like I even carry some fake mustaches with me sometimes when guys are like, no, it's boys' night. Like, all right, let's go.
I love you. This is like, yes, you are awesome. Well, and that's the other thing that I was so drawn to you about is, there aren't a lot of female anglers. And so we were talking about this even in Vail, where all of us women, well, not all of us, but many of us are very outdoorsy. We love, I would think that's why we live here, right? To be in the mountains. Have you found it hard to find kind of a tribe with women, or do you just go mostly with men?
Totally. I would love to have like a women's group.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is so hard to find.
Okay.
You got to stick with the guys.
You know what? When you teach me, we will start our own women's group. I'm all about that.
Yes.
So can you walk us through, because I truly, like Mark Sassy, who you know, he talks about this all the time because he's brilliant and he's so good at this. What does a day look like? I really have no clue. Like if you're going to go fly fishing.
If you're, guiding or not,
you
just want to prep the reel.
Okay.
Put together the rod. Line the line through the rod.
Yeah.
Tie on the flies. But you want to look at and match the hatch. I'm sure you've heard that.
Yeah.
So you look at the bugs.
Right.
Try to pick out the size, color, and shape.
So interesting to me. Yeah, that's so cool.
Closest, and then throw that. If that doesn't work, change it out.
Right.
And
Okay.
just keep
So it's
changing flies.
forever kind of evolving and shifting. It's never consistent.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And where is the coolest place that you've gone fishing? I know that's a loaded question, right?
I do have to say, probably Baja. Caught a
Really?
marlin on the fly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's another good question. What is the biggest, or no, not biggest, we won't say that. That's outdated. What is your coolest fish that you've caught?
Definitely the marlin.
The marlin.
The marlin on the fly, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And is that hard on the fly to catch marlin? Sorry.
It was, but it was a whole different experience. Casting the streamers into the bait balls and like finding they're called figgets, these birds, like below them. There's a bait ball, and you just have like 2 tries to double hull cast this 14-weight rod.
Wow.
And yeah.
It's intense. I'm like, dang.
It's like the cowboy of fly fishing. I loved it. Yeah.
Okay. What about your favorite fish in Colorado?
I think it's the brown trout.
The brown trout. Do you eat all I have so many. I could talk to you for like an hour and a half. This is continuous. Do you eat all the fish that you catch?
No, it's all catch and release.
I was wondering about that. Why?
Because then I can catch the fish again.
Okay.
Or somebody else can catch it. technically, depending on where you are fishing,
Right.
there are different regulations.
That's
but,
what I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah, but I
love
mean,
that.
technically, I could, I guess, take it home.
But it's not your jam.
Mm-mm.
See, I love that because I love fishing. I love it.
Mhm.
And we were talking earlier, I used to go with my dad all the time, but I didn't want to eat the fish after because it just didn't feel right. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does anyone else in your family do fly fishing?
No one does. Actually, my mom says that I'm single because I fly fish too much. So they don't get it. They do not get
I
it.
love it. That sounds like something my mother would say to me. I love it. Whatever. I feel like you're killing it. You're doing your thing. And like, it's neat too. I have to say that I don't know how to word this, but you are one of the only women that I've met that is so into this, and that men will bring you along and everything, and you don't let them kind of push you around. I respect that so much. Like saying the mustache, that's a big deal to me, that you're like, listen, man, we're equals. I'm coming with you, and I'm going to catch more than you.
Definitely.
I have that energy in me when I ski.
Yeah.
And I ski with a lot, well, men and women, but I do park and stuff, and I'm not the best. I'm 42 years old, but like, I keep up with the dudes. I am definitely like that person. I'm like, don't tell me I can't do something. I'm going to go harder. So I love your spirit with that. Yeah.
If you love it, just do it. It doesn't matter if you're
thank you.
Guy, girl, purple, blue.
100%. And that's what I always say. And I'm like, us women, there's a reason we have the children. We're baddies, and we can do anything men can do. And I love that. And I love that. I think that it would be so cool. I know you're going to help teach me how to fly fish, and then we could get a community of women. Because I do know Hannah that we just had on, Hannah Nestor, who is a personal trainer. She fly fishes. We can have like our own little tribe. It'd be awesome.
I would love that.
That's awesome.
I definitely want to start something like that.
So, Jules, how long do you think, obviously I'm serious about this, you're teaching me.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take for most people? I know it's like anything else, it's different for each human being, but what do you think it would take for someone to feel confident in going and being able to fly fish on their own solo?
Probably say 5 days, half days, just going out with someone who knows how to do it, and then you'll get the gist and you'll kind of know. It's 2 simple knots you need to know.
Okay.
Learning how to rig the rod and kind of read the water a little bit, but.
And as far as expenses go, because obviously a lot of sports are expensive, is fly fishing an expensive pastime?
It's expensive.
Okay.
You can get a quality rod and reel for really cheap, but the flies are what get you.
They are. Yeah. The flies are what get you.
Yes. You can spend loads of money on flies.
Okay, and do you, this is a silly question, but again, I'm newbie at this. Do you go online, or do you go into stores, or how do you get the flies that you really want?
I like to go into stores and look at them myself,
Okay, because you never know what you're going to get. You need to see it. Cool. And give us kind of a rundown. What would be the cheapest fly to the most expensive?
So the cheapest are little midges. Simple
I've seen
flies.
those. Yeah.
If you get to the Perdigons, where it's some UV resin, this could be a little bit more expensive.
Okay. What are we talking?
$5.
Okay, gotcha.
Then streamers are $7, $10.
Okay.
But then you lose it on a branch and you're dang, $10.
Yeah, just gone. Do you think that?
Yeah.
I was thinking, that's wild. How many flies do you go through usually, guesstimate in a day?
Depends if I'm guiding, how good my clients are.
Okay.
Personally, probably 4, maybe.
Okay.
I also tie a lot of flies too, which helps with the expense.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then guiding, I have to ask, I have so many friends that are ski instructors, obviously living in this valley. Being a guide for fly fishing, and that's your passion, is that really fun, or does it get frustrating teaching people? I can only imagine each day is different, but
totally.
Yeah.
There are some times where I kind of feel like this bossy little girl, totally. Telling these grown men what to do.
Right.
But I'm I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be bossy,
but I know what I'm doing, and you need to listen.
Exactly.
How many women have you had that you've taught? Have you taught very many?
Quite a bit. I also teach Orvis School too, so.
Oh, right on.
There's a lot of girls in there.
Okay. Cool.
I wish there's more, but.
Yeah. We're going to change it. We're going to change it up.
I hope so.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, to end it, how long do you think is you're going to be fly fishing till? Is this going to be a lifelong journey?
Oh, 100%. You got to different spots, pretty spots.
Yeah.
I mean, the river always brings you to beautiful spots, like I said, but it's a great way to travel.
Yeah.
And
see the country and,
exactly.
and the world.
Exactly.
Where is the place that you want to go fly fish next? Like, what is your dream?
Just more saltwater. I
Saltwater,
really want to get
yeah.
more experience in saltwater.
Is there a place that you kind of like think about?
Honestly, just Florida, just because my mom lives
right
there.
on. Okay.
I haven't really been able to fish there too much, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, Jules, I am stoked. I'm going to already tell everyone this. We're going to do a moment with fly fishing.
Yes.
We're going to tape it.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Me
I
too.
cannot wait. You're amazing. We are going to, that was
Thank
so
you.
awkward. We have to do it again. There we go, girl. I can't wait to have you back. You are an incredible human being. And I think this female angler, it's dope. I'm here for it.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. I mean, there needs to be a little bit more support.
I feel you. And Jules, that's a good thing to say too. I know after watching this, a lot of women are going to be stoked and talk to you and want to get out there and try it. Where can they hit you up? Where is the easiest way?
Probably just over Instagram.
Okay, cool. And what is your Insta?
It's fishy with the IE at the end, _gal.
Awesome. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I love it.
nice.
And it's all fish and your pup. Do you have one pup, one dog?
I do have one dog.
Awesome.
There is a picture of me on with my rollerblades that they should probably stop scrolling.
You're so cute. You're like, you haven't seen that. You're awesome, Jules. I cannot wait to go fly fishing with you. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you do, and thanks for being an empowered woman in this valley.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And we have more to come, so keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tv8vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now, check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Hopefully you're having a great Thursday. I have one of my besties on the couch with me, amazing human being, amazing woman and entrepreneur, Tina Medina. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you. I mean, we were saying this off the couch, off air, but Tina's one of the reasons that I moved to this valley. So very grateful for your friendship and who you are.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Very real.
Yeah.
And magical mala beads, Tina.
Yes.
You know I'm all about this. You know I own like 3 of them. Well, I think you've gifted me a few, let's be honest, too. But I have to show how beautiful your creations are. I mean, first of all, get us started about mala beads and everything it entails.
Well, it's kind of funny. So actually, Magical Mala turned 8 years old yesterday.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
The anniversary.
The anniversary.
I love this. The universe always brings us together with this stuff.
Yeah, definitely does. But yeah, so Magical Mala kind of started as a labor of love.
Right.
After I had my daughter, Caitlin.
Yes.
I was kind of looking for an outlet, a way to kind of meditate and center. And I started meditating mala beads together.
I love that.
And it's been an amazing journey, and I'm super grateful and blessed. And it's just a really cool way to kind of put creativity and crystals and all of that stuff together.
Well, and I love that you said this, because I don't think a lot of people maybe know that mala beads are used for prayer, meditation, and to bring you tranquility and peace and just center.
Yeah.
And I'm going to brag about you because you're my friend. Tina is an incredible artist. So I know, and you're so artistic, that this is an expression of love, truly.
Yeah, definitely. Each piece is unique.
Yeah.
I've definitely tried to incorporate, beautiful gemstones and crystals, and each piece is unique. I never make the same one twice.
I love that. So each one is super special.
Yeah.
For the person. Yeah. And I know you have people that will phone you, email you, text you, whatever, all the forms of communication, Instagram message like yours truly. And you literally will make them for them. So they'll say, and you're very good and knowledgeable about crystals, about the energy, about the different effects of certain crystals. We're both very witchy here before, in a good way. Halloween on Tuesday, right?
It's here.
But can you kind of run down how you learned about the different crystals and malas that you use for each necklace? Because I know that's important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always had a love for crystals ever since I was a little girl. I used to go to the Rock Hut in Leadville.
Yes.
And just throughout the years, I've learned so much about different crystals and gemstones. And I kind of have an artistic eye for it. But then if somebody comes to me and they call me and they're like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, I go through various questions, on what kind of healing they may need, spiritual, or anything they might be struggling with. And the crystals kind of come to me, and then I incorporate them.
That's so cool.
Into, the special, it's a special kind of amulet for each person. So
can you hold this one up? This is stunning. And can you kind of give us a little bit, tell us about this mala.
This particular one has smoky quartz on the bottom. Traditionally, they're made with tassels, but this one has a gemstone. And then we have, black onyx and some tiger's eye and some hematite. This one is a very grounding one.
I love it.
But yeah, all different kind of shapes and colors, but all of them have 108. I stay traditional in that way.
Okay.
I'm non-traditional in that usually they're made out of the same gemstone or bead in that way, but that's what kind of sets us apart from the rest. Yeah.
I love that. And I love that you said, I don't think a lot of people realize but truly, crystals and their powers, it's a real thing. I know you and I are so into this.
Yeah.
And actually, after I went through a life event, I remember you gave me a very calming, healing, centering mala beads, and I still use them to date. I mean, it really, even when you hold these, you put them around, people like to wear them on their wrists, their necks, wherever. Because
you can kind of wrap them.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you could wrap them around your wrist.
This is what 100%.
Or you could wear them around your neck, but they're definitely tailored to the person, and your energy is kind of given into them. So
100%. And I love that you can feel that energy. It's so beautiful. So Tina, I was wondering if people want to see your beautiful creations, where do they go? What is the website?
So I have a very strong online presence. You could visit my website, mymagicalmala.com, and I do pop-up events at different markets, and will be on the circuit this winter.
That's what, oh, here we go. And they're so beautiful. And I love, we should say this too,
Yeah.
because you know I'm a big fan of tarot cards. You do mala beads, you do crystals, tarot cards, all of it.
Yeah, jewelry, gemstones, and spiritual gifts.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. What is your favorite piece you've made thus far? This is such an unfair question, I realize.
It really is. I think a lot of pieces that I do make, are obviously very special, but one of the ones that I've made in the past is like an angel mala, and it was in memory of my aunt who passed away. And so I do a lot of things like that where I'll make, even, a set of bracelets that are dedicated to family members But yeah, I mean, across the board, each one of them are special. So
Right. And that's a really good question and interesting. When you make these, because I know you're so personable and you love people.
Yeah.
Do you get so invested in that moment of, I'm making this for this human that maybe is celebrating life or mourning and celebrating a loss, a death, but celebrating the life of someone? Is that hard? Do you take on that energy?
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes they're a little bit harder than others.
Right.
I'm kind of like I wouldn't say like a seasoned vet of like funerals and stuff, but I have a big family and, we lose people a lot.
100%.
But, kind of celebrating. But I also do weddings and,
that's cool.
birthdays and special things like that. So it just kind of depends. It's all a life celebration in my eyes.
100%. That's you and I agree on this. We've had this conversation ad nauseum. But, Tina, so that's really cool for birthdays.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Like, what can you?
So sometimes we'll take into consideration like the actual day, that you were born, the month, obviously, whatever your zodiac is.
Oh, I love
and
that.
we'll incorporate, crystals that kind of, are coordinated with those things. So
have you ever done like, because I know it's not easy. People think you just string beads.
Yeah, it's not.
Can you have, has Caitlin ever helped you with them?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, could you do like a birthday party if someone was interested, just throwing it out there where they could create their own, or is that a little?
Yeah, no, I've done that in the
Oh,
past.
okay.
Yeah, we at different yoga events and stuff like that, I'll put together kits. And we'll kind of sit around in a circle and people get to kind of create their own.
I love that.
It is a very hard thing to do, though. It's not an easy thing to not. It's kind of like, it is a gift.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm like laughing because I've tried before. And I'm artistic in different ways. Like poetry, you've always been very artistic, like art and painting and, stringing and jewelry, etc. And it is definitely, it's harder than people think. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Obsessed with this. Can we talk about this one too?
Yeah, that one's a pretty one. That one has some fluorite in the wolf. And then it's also got some amethyst. And then the prettier beads that kind of give off the rainbow, I call those vibe beads.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of all energy and very beautiful.
So beautiful. That is so cool, Tina.
Yeah.
So I need to ask you this question. I obviously know the answer, but for everyone else that is intrigued, how did you get into all of this? Because I know that you said you started after Caitlin was born to kind of help center, but was there a moment when you were little? Because I know you're so surrounded by crystals and jewelry, and was there a moment where it just like aha moment for you, or?
I think my whole childhood was kind of an aha moment. Kind of, I'm a Colorado native.
Yes.
Born in Leadville, grew up in the valley.
Right.
It's so beautiful. There's so much beauty around us.
You were inspired.
I was just always inspired, always creative.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's awesome. And my very last question, I could talk to you for 8 hours.
Yeah, I know, it's okay.
Literally. We'll have you back. It's fine. Where do you get all of the beads and everything from?
I source them from different places because
Okay.
different crystals come from different parts of the world.
Okay.
But a lot of the gem shows, and then I have relationships with different people throughout the United States and all over the world.
So that's really cool. So it's I already know this, but it's a community of people. And
Yeah.
that's really neat. So the energy, and I know you make sure they're good people and that they have good energy. That's so cool. So we were talking a little bit about where we can find you, obviously online, but you're going to be at a couple of events.
In November, for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Saturdays in November.
Okay.
There's markets. The first one is in Gypsum at the elementary school.
Oh, awesome. Yep.
And then the second one is at the fairgrounds in Eagle.
Yes.
And then the third one is Berry Creek Middle School in Edwards. So
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can go to all of them.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about
We'll have
this.
lots of beautiful things this year, so I'm really excited to get back on the circuit.
Oh, Tina, you're awesome. And it's Magical Mala. And what is your website again?
MyMagicalMala.com.
Oh, I love it. Let's show these one more time.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to hold up? I'm obsessed. I already am going to buy
all
like 2
different
or 3
ones.
of these. They are stunning. Thank you so much for coming in, Tina. These are
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Yeah.
I know that everyone's going to be stoked on this.
Yeah.
Thank you for being such an inspiration.
Aw,
Truly.
thank you for having me today.
Of
Yeah.
course. And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Lion's Head Jewelers Fossil and Mineral Gallery. Located in the heart of Lion's Head Village for over a decade, our 4,000 square foot gallery boasts a one-of-a-kind experience that cannot be found anywhere else in Vail. We carry the most exquisite array of fine jewelry, high-end minerals, and museum-quality fossils. We invite you to come in and explore all the history and beauty that nature has to offer.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Come on.
Hello everyone, welcome to Vail Vibes. This is your guide to all the good vibes here in Vail and beyond. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and today we've got a lot to feel good about because we've got some cuddly creatures to play with here at the Vail Stables.
Baby goats tend to bring out smiles from everyone around them, and Vail Stables understands that. Their goat yoga, or goga, classes draw people from all over the country.
From Salt Lake City, Utah. Absolutely loved it. Just so fun, getting centered out with nature. And then, of course, the goats just continuously reminding you, whether you want it or not, with their little sounds and coming up for pets. Just so peaceful and lovely.
We're from Kansas City.
And what made you want to try goat yoga?
Guess we always wanted to do it.
I love baby goats and I love yoga.
Yeah,
So
she loves anything baby.
Holly Beavers has been teaching goat yoga for 7 years.
Goats are just silly, loving, amazing creatures. I feel like they bring out joy, and they also bring out peace and calm, and that's something that is really related to my nature and what I believe yoga is.
She says more people should try it, no matter what their experience level is.
It is for you, whether you've done yoga before, whether you've ever been around goats before. It is for each and every person.
So fun.
It's something that brings tranquility and fun and laughter and giggles and all the things that I think the world really needs more of.
And if you want the goats without the yoga, there's goat happy hour too.
It's really a time for families, friends, bachelorette parties, anyone to come up here and enjoy a beautiful view of Vail Mountain with 20 baby goats. They add a little bit of craziness to the mix. But we also have Colorado beers, cocktails, wines. You can really enjoy whatever you'd like, kind of build your own adventure. And we sell goat treats and horse treats as well. So it's kind of just outdoor happy hour time. Have some drinks if you want, but you're kind of here for the goats.
Olivia was raised at these stables, owned by her mother.
It was a wonderful childhood. Lots of lessons. You learn what hard work is pretty quickly when you have 50 horses, 20 goats.
She says the Nigerian dwarf goats are so adorable they give everyone a mood boost.
They are smaller breeds of goats, making them a little easier to get used to. But they're super fun, goofy animals. They're headbutting each other, jumping around, they're flipping around. They can also be super cuddly. So some of the little guys will sit on your lap and you can pet them and scratch them and they feel like a little cat in your lap. But then they'll be running around crazy, going after the treats. Very cute. They're pretty adorable. We have little bandanas on all of them. Some have little bow ties, so.
Let's face it, goats are the greatest of all time. And we could all use a little love,
Namaste!
light, and laughter in our lives. Check out vailstables.com for more info.
Hi, it's Kimberly with the TV8 Weather Center here on Good Morning Vail. It has been an exciting show. Today is going to be a wet one. We've got rain, 60% chance, afternoon showers. So it started off clear, that sunshine is poking out, gorgeous morning, but it's going to get a little bit more damp as we head into the evening hours. High for 59, 35 degrees currently, winds coming in from the southwest up to 25 miles per hour. You know what that means? That means that the weather is changing as we head into our hourly. 52 degrees as we hit that noon hour, 53 degrees with a few showers, and then a few showers and light rain to me are about the same thing. 41 degrees at 8 o'clock as we get into cooler temperatures heading into the I-70 corridor. Denver, partial cloudy. 61 degrees, so gorgeous weather in Denver, great temperatures. Light sweater vest if you feel like wearing one of those. Vail, 60% chance of rain, 59 degrees. Eagle, 50% chance of rain, so a little bit more dry in Eagle, but we're still going to see precipitation throughout the day. Avon, 60% chance. Here where the TV8 studio is located, it's 60 degrees for the high today, so it's going to be a nice day to cozy up with those blankets, have a cup of tea, enjoy the fall temps that we still have. Tonight, the wintry mix is when it really hits us. Sunset is at 6:13 p.m. It'll be a low of 28 degrees, precipitation 60% chance. And again, those winds calm down a bit, but it'll be 10 miles per hour coming from the southwest. So gorgeous, gorgeous evening if you like that wet weather. Friday, 10%, mostly sunny, 56 degrees for the high, partially clouds, covering 32 for the low. Saturday and Sunday will definitely have that wintry, snowy mix, so excited for the slopes as we get closer to opening day. Saturday, 80% chance of the wintry mix, high of 48, low of 19. Sunday, 60% chance, so lesser, 37 for the high and 4 degrees for the cool. Monday, mostly sunny, 42, 9 degrees for the low, and then Tuesday, 45 and sunny. The sunshine is back to join us for the week, and 11 degrees for the low.
You know what I want to talk about? The wintry mix.
The wintry mix.
Do you see this smile? I don't care. I'm sorry if people are annoyed. I am so stoked.
You know, I'm not annoyed because to me, Wintery Mix gives us the chance to like just take a slower pause at life. And I think we're always on the go.
Yes.
We're anticipating the next thing.
Know.
Just lets you chill out.
And
a
I
bit.
agree. It's good to truly be present and enjoyed every season. What an awesome show today. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. We had so many guests. I think it's important to be involved in your local community.
100%.
We had Phil Qualman here talking about the upcoming voter on funding the school districts. Very important. Get out there, at least educate yourself and decide if you want to vote.
It's so very important. And then, Tina Medina, and we had an awesome Jewel. We'll see you tomorrow.
It was
Have
a great show.
day.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining.
See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods